Hey guys, Mark Lang here, Lion Horses, helping you be the person your horse deserves. And if you've been around horses very long, you know that I think it's against the law to be a trainer without endorsing, sponsoring, or something, some sort of horsemanship flag or stick. And yeah, I guess that's just the way it is. But they are a really good tool. In fact, it's probably one of my most used tools. Is it some sort of flag or stick and string or whatever philosophy you subscribe to? Probably has something along that same line. So we're going to go through the flags and kind of I'll give you my rating on it. You can see how yours stacks up. Let me know in the comments what your favorite one is, and yeah, go from there. So I've used almost everybody's flag. Some of them are homemade, some of them are bought. Of course, there's the mainstream sticks made by the famous clinicians. So we're going to start off with my kind of least favorite. Now the least favorite is the homemade broomstick with a flag tied on it or a plastic bag or something on the end. It's big and it's bulky and it's heavy, and yeah, it's not the nicest thing. And so the good thing about those sticks is they're pretty tough. Like you're not gonna, if you drive over it with the pickup truck, probably not gonna break it. And that's the kind of the stick and string, the carrot stick ones. You know, they're the same material as a cattle sorting stick you're gonna buy at Tractor Supply, right? They got somebody's name on it, which makes it worth about 3 times as much. But yeah, that's the deal. Now they're strong. They last forever. Yeah, but they're in my opinion, they are the sledgehammer of sticks, right? They're a little heavy. They don't have very much flex to them. You know, they don't have very much action. So they're my kind of my least favorite. Of course, the one that's a piece of branch or some broomstick with a flag on it, probably the worst. And then yeah, the regular sticks, these are kind of they're okay, but not my favorite. Okay, now we go up from there. The next one is these kind of flags here. Now this one already got a flag attached to it, kind of permanently attached, and it's okay. I like it that it's got a little flex. For me, it's a little bit too flimsy, right? It doesn't have enough. But I really kind of like the handle. The handle's got a nice little golf grip to it, and so yeah, handle feels pretty good. Not very heavy, also pretty tough. Like you're not gonna have a hard time breaking that thing. So yeah, not too bad. Next one, we've got the little buggy whip kind of deal. This one, I like this one a little bit better. It's a little stiffer. This one is kind of like some sort of limp pool noodle or something. It's just not very strong. But the nice thing about it is you can take and tie a flag. You can tie whatever flag you want on the end of it. A little plastic bag or a cotton scarf or handkerchief or something on there. Put a string on the end if you want to get a little bit of the lunge whip feel, or if you want to take that string and kind of get it to wrap around a horse's legs or on their belly. You're trying to get them used to that, desensitize them to that. It's nice. Yeah, I like it. It's a pretty good length. I like one that's not too short, somewhere in here. If it's taller than me, it's probably a little bit too tall unless you're dealing with a bunch of wild horses. If you're dealing with a bunch of rank renegades and you need to keep them a little bit further away from you, or you don't want to get too close, a long flag's going to be better. But yeah, most of the ones we deal with, they're fairly tame, right? They're not too wild and scared. So yeah, something like this works pretty good. Kind of my go-to. It's also pretty versatile. You can use it, to use for like other cues besides just the desensitization. Okay, now we're getting into here's another one. Little flag on there. This one's kind of permanently attached. This is one my neighbor's got. Some manufacturer's been making them, and they're pretty nice. Not too bad. Now we're gonna get to my two favorites. This is the one I use most of all, right? This is the one I use the majority of the time. I like it because it's light, right? Doesn't weigh very much. I actually build these, and I've got a link at the end that I'll show you how to build your own, not too expensive, good winter project for you. I like them because they're really versatile. They've got a little, the eye, you can unscrew it, you can put a little hook in it if you get one roped by a foot or something, or you just need to get something picked up. If I'm horseback, I need to pick something up off the ground, little hook in there, you can snag something. And then I've also got a little nail in there that I use to pick up trash. You can stab some trash with it and pick up trash. Makes it pretty handy. So this is the one that I use probably more than any of them. But yeah, it's good, pretty tough, pretty durable. Not as tough as that cattle sword stick. If you go to flailing on one, it's not going to handle that. It's not designed to be used as a cattle stick, right? So it's got some flex to it, got a little bit of feel. For me, that's just about the perfect. It's stiff enough that you can kind of push a little bit. If you need to push it against a horse's, like maybe his butt, and rub on him a little bit with a little bit of pressure, it's firm enough that you can do that, but soft enough that it'll give a little bit. So kind of my favorite. Now, this is the one, kind of the Cadillac. Now the problem with these is they're expensive. This is basically they're a CB antenna. Normally they're like an 8-foot antenna, and of course they cut a few inches off the end because they're too thin, and then a few feet off the other end because they're too thick, and they use the middle piece. And yeah, it's tapered, stainless steel normally, got a little bit of a spring to it. Pretty tough, like they're hard to destroy. Now they're expensive. They're, I want to say $60 to $100, something like that, which is a little bit pricey for some people. So I've made several of them, and yeah, works pretty good if you're a welder or something. Or if you know somebody that can do some of that stuff, they might be able to help you out. I like a decorative handle on there, a little ornamentation, and so I use antler. This was a shed I found when I was out trail riding. I think I was in Colorado when I found this one. It was pretty nice. But it's got a little, so you can hang it on a fence if you need to. Also doubles as a little hook if you need to reach down there and snag something off the ground or get a rope off of a hind foot or something you don't want to, you're a little worried about putting your head and hands down there. You can use that. And like I say, it's also a little bit springy, just about, kind of about the same as that, my regular white stick. It's got enough that you can push on something a little bit, but not enough that it's too wishy-washy. So yeah, I like using, this is one of the flags I kind of like using. It's a scarf, a little wild rag, and it's seen better days. It's kind of got to the end of its useful life as a scarf, and so it works pretty good. Pretty light, kind of soft, so I like using that for especially those sensitive horses. The plastic, the sound and feel of a plastic material on them is a little bit too much for them. They're pretty sensitive horses, and so they're a little bit, it's a little bit too much for them. So something like this, it's not very loud. It doesn't make a bunch of noise, and then it also doesn't feel, plasticky or noisy on them. It's pretty soft. So if you have a horse that's pretty sensitive, this is the one I'm going to go to because it's a little bit softer on them. So yeah, if you got one that's pretty wild. Anyway, so this is my kind of the Porsche Cadillac of flags, my favorite. But the one I use most is the white one. Like I say, it's really versatile, not very expensive. Like I say, I'll put a link to a video and show you how to make one. And if you're around, or if you see me at a clinic somewhere, come get one. I've always got a few extra to sell. So anyway, hope this tip helps. Have a great day.